Let's go ahead and count them down. My arms hurt. Here we go. In 3, 2, 1, Tetris. Alright, we got some starts here. Not simultaneous, but you get simultaneous starts. That's kind of wild. But of course, the winner between Chillalla and Obelex is going to face Rapta. So it's going to be interesting to see what happens, see how both of these players stack up against each other, pun intended. And so far, we look to be in a pretty even situation. Obelisk needing a L piece or an I piece. Either or would be fine. Neither is bad, though. And that's exactly what Obelisk gets. Gets an I piece when it's a little bit too late. And, oh, Obelisk is in a little bit of trouble. Gonna have to roll something, and it's not gonna happen. Unfortunate early top out right there for Obelisk. Chillalla is good for game number 1. Looks like we got hover 3s, so let's go ahead and count them down. Game number 2. Early top outs happen. It's important that you just try your best to bounce back, but here we go in 3, 2, 1, Tetris. So, unfortunate early top out in game 1. And the openers look incredibly solid at the beginning. Obelisk just kind of ran into a little bit of a tricky situation and was not able to find a solution. Excuse me. There's Tetris for Chillalla. She's off to a great start here. And there it is, another Tetris for Chillalla. Obelisk kind of in a not so friendly situation. Does get some good pieces, opens up the well. So should be able to withstand any droughts that he experiences. Knocks down 2 quick Tetrises. Still going to be down by 40,000 points. But trying to do his best to keep things clean. There it is, another Tetris for both Chillalla and Obelex. Chillalla up to a pretty good advantage here. In the lead by 60,000 points, almost exactly. So just about 3 Tetrises. There's another Tetris for Chillalla. Gonna get Tetris ready, and she knocks another one down. And nice L placements. Really great L placements right there. Way to maintain optimal board health for Chillalla. Meanwhile, Obelex still trying to stay within shouting distance. Unfortunately, is going to be trailing by around 80,000 points. And Chillalla having a little bit of a rough situation developing. However, both players not in any position to gain or decrease an advantage over the other. But Chillalla looks like she might be setting up for the column 6. There's a column 6 Tetris. Is she going to try and go for another one? The pieces fall in the proper places. And there it is, another column 6 Tetris. Obelex is burned all the way down towards the bottom. Looks like he might be going for... No, just going to take the triple. And I think that's one thing that comes with, you know, a player's stacking IQ. Is to know when, you know, a burn or a placement is too aggressive, or necessarily your build is just not overall safe. You can be Tetris ready and not have a safe build. And I think that is, you know, a very important part that you see with high level players, is their IQ to recognize, like, all right, yes, I'm Tetris ready, but this build is not ideal for optimal survival. And to alleviate risk, you know, I'm going to take a burn here or take a burn there. And Obelex has been showing some good stacking IQ here in this game. Unfortunately, the efficiency is a little bit on the lacking side. And as a result, Chillalla at 394,000 is going to have around 100,000 point lead, now 120,000 point lead over Obelex at 293. And the line discrepancy, it is present, but it is not big enough to make a massive difference. Anyways, we are nearing the transition here in game number 2. Chillalla sets up an overhang. Looks like she's going to wait for an eyepiece here. Or not an eyepiece, an O-piece. Does get the O-piece, corresponds it, and missed the opportunity for an adjustment. However, this is going to work very nicely. Another Tetris for Chillalla. 486 to 339. Scratch that. 509 to 362. As Obelex is going to knock down yet again another Tetris. But another misdraw for Chillalla. She doesn't want to go for the spin. Going to try and do all the necessary burns as clean as possible. And honestly, the way that she was able to stack these pieces led to a best solve scenario, having to burn minimal additional lines. There it is, Tetris for Chillalla. We're about to hit the transition on 2 more Tetrises for Chillalla and about 4 potential more for Obelex. Obelex knocks down 1. Perfect play will get 3 more. And Chillalla can try and grab 1 more to get a 584 transition. I want to say 586, but that's incorrect math. Anyways, Chillalla's going to transition at 584. And Obelex, holding up for the last long bar, is going to transition at a 482. 100,000 point separation at transition. I think Obelex did a great job of doing some pace recovery right there in the last 30 or so lines. Unfortunately, being down by 100,000 means that you got to play, or you have to be more efficient than your opponent in post. Or, you know, possibly tackle on some 29 play. And as you can see, Obelex is rolling. So 29 play could come in handy, or might be a necessity in order to take this game. But we'll find out when we get there. 688 for Chillalla and 542 for Obelex. Obelex forced to do some burning here. Looks like we're in the middle of a minor drought, and the eyepiece gets hung. Obelex this time gets the long bar over effortlessly. A little bit of a scary situation. And through the advent of rolling, you know, it's like, rollers can survive anything. All it takes is just for you to cascade those 2 long bars on top of each other, and not even rolling can save you. Which right now, Obelex is doing a very honorable attempt here to survive. Just rolling pieces left and right. Would love to get an eyepiece. Eyepiece is not coming. Needs to get access to the hole. An L piece would be ideal. Makes a small adjustment, and Obelex is not going to be able to do anything. And Chillalla at 838 going into level 24 is going to be good for game number 2. Yes, give me one moment. Look at this. 955. Just gonna get the max. Didn't even want to try and go for the 1.2. Let's see. I'll try and fix the stencil when on the next game. But here we go. Let's go and count them down. Game number 3. Chillalla needs one more to advance. In 3, 2, 1. Tetris. We accidentally had a start on level 0. But it's early enough, so it should be fine. Believe. Anyways, both players off to a pretty standard start here. And unfortunately, Obelex is going to have to do some early burning. Chillalla really efficient openers so far. Oh. Obelex has gotten the board under control. 216 for Chillalla. This is terrifying. What a game 3 40 line opener for Chillalla. Obelex down by 100,000 early on. Going to have to hope that Chillalla runs into something unfortunate. Even just a decent sized drought will give Obelex enough room to at least decrease the lead by a Tetris or 2. When you're down by 120,000 early on, it's real difficult to try and climb back from that. And oh, a missed tuck over here for Obelex. All right, but 354 for Chillalla, 181 for Obelex. And Obelex with a little bit of trouble with that L misdrop. Let's see what can be done here. There's a lot of creative ways to try and solve this. And might just try and go for a roof burn. Very nice. But man, even though there is a line discrepancy in favor of Obelex, Chillalla is just showing absolutely no mercy. Almost with a 200,000 point lead. And she is looking like potential 630 territory. So definitely a scary position indeed. There it is, Tetris for Obelisk, 285 to now 495. And Chillalla's gonna have to do a little bit of burning, and ooh, great pieces right there for that Obelisk at 331, closing the gap slightly. Taking advantage where he can. Chillalla has been having a burn for the past few lines, but she's gotten the board back under control. Obelisk with an L dependency. Kiss the L piece, one piece too late. There is Tetris for Obelisk, 380 to now 571. Chillalla, couple of misdrops being generated here towards the transition. Obelisk now trailing by around 170,000, and Chillalla needs an L piece right here, and perfect. Chillalla transitions at 577. Obelisk can try and grab two more. All right, fills in the long bar dependency on the left. Chillalla set up for another Tetris. There is Tetris for Chillalla. Obelisk is going to transition at 473. So still trailing by approximately 100,000 points in terms of transition score. But it's trailing by 160,000 points right now. However, there is almost a full level discrepancy between the two. Maybe a little bit more than a level. Anyways, Tetris for Obelisk and Tetris for Chillalla, 691. Looking to potentially have 700k going into level 22. Just waiting on the long bar. There it is, Tetris for Chillalla. Obelisk, on the other hand, playing for his life right now. Or rather, life in the tournament. Needs a J or an I piece. Either or would work. Neither come in time. And whoa, Chillalla experiencing some issues herself. However, Obelisk really going to have to roll his way out of this one. And unfortunately, it's going to be to no avail. Obelisk tops it at 542. Chillalla advances to the next round to play Raptor. There's your third heart. Just really unfortunate sequencing over there for Obelex. But congrats to Chillalla.
Hey everybody, this is your old pal Vandweller, host of Classic Tetris Monthly. If you like this video, hit thumbs up. If you want to see more videos like it, please subscribe and bang that notification bell. And follow us on Twitch at twitch.tv/monthlytetris. Thank you, and have a nice day.